Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be tying a simple Vicar buzzer. In the vise you'll see one that I was given many years ago at the Lake of Menteith, and this is the version I've used ever since really. Some people tie it with a rib of black flexi floss. I don't, and it hasn't proven any less effective than with a rib, so you can make your own mind up. So before we get to it and start tying the fly, let's take a look at the dressing. So any hook, 6/0 black tie and silk, holographic silver, and some UV resin to coat it. So to get things started in, I'll just take this out to the vise, and the hook I'm going to use is a Kamsan B175. As I said, for the dressing, use any hook. If you want to fly to fish deeper, then fish a heavyweight hook. If you want to fish lighter, fish a lighter or finer wire hook. And if you prefer curved hooks, use a curved hook. So with regard to tying silk, as I said, it's 6/0, and 6/0 is great for a size 10 and a size 12, maybe a bit too big for a 14, but it's your fly, make of it what you want. So whenever I tie buzzer, I always tie straight behind the eye. Okay, and I then go down the shank in tight touching turns, and you can see I'm holding onto the tag end, and that's just in case I make some open wraps. I don't want them to be there, so all I'll need to do is move that and it brings the wraps up tight then. So but it's your fly, do with it what you want. So essentially come down to just at the bend, and then take that off. Now what I also do then is, after I've done that, I take at least 7 turns round the bend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to make these flies consistent, the next one I'll take 7 turns around the bend, but all we do then is just to go back up, close touching turns as I say, and where I finish on the Vicar, this distance here between the hook eye and where the tie-in silk is stopped is around about 20 turns. So then we take some holographic silver and tie that in all the way to the eye. So there's 21 turns, but hey, around about 20 turns is good. And then we take 1 full turn and then close touching turns with the holographic silver. You can hear I've got it under tension, but pass the tie-in silk underneath, 1 to secure it, and then pull it back towards the hook bend, where you can then start securing it backwards down towards the bend. Right, so I've taken a little bit, and I'll just take the remainder off then. And I'm looking to take around about 15 turns back down, and that will leave me with around about 5 turns of for the collar, and then we go back up and then back down, and then come back up. What I like to do then is just finish off with a nice whip finish with at least 6 or 7 turns going back up towards the thorax. That one there, and pull him tight. Now one of the things is, if you pull this tight and clip as close, it won't leave a tag end. So essentially that's our buzzer finished, but it's not really. What we've got to do now is add some UV resin onto the top, and just do it around there, and get a dubbing needle just to move that around. Be careful you stay away from the eye, because it can prove very difficult to clean the eye once you've set the resin. So make sure you move the, well, if you've got a rotary vise, this makes it easy. If you haven't, it can be quite difficult. So just make sure every part of the fly is covered in the resin, and then any extra just stroke towards the thorax area. And a good way of ensuring that resin flows towards the thorax is just by, I shouldn't have done it, but you can reposition the hook in the vise, or adjust where it looks. So if there's too much resin on, which by the looks of it I've got a smidge too much, just take off that excess. And there we have it, really. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate this, looking for those areas that aren't covered. Any pooling that takes place, and just zap it with the UV light. And that is it. Now you can give it a coat of varnish or nail varnish or super glue just to seal it off. For me, it's a fishing fly. That's it done. So, hope you enjoyed the video.